hit that subscribe button, guys, for the latest in boxing. So the former unified heavyweight champion of the world, the Gypsy King, Tyson Fury, has revealed that he's planning on fighting once every month. He's planning on having 6 fights after his June 9th comeback. So basically, once every month. He's planning on fighting once in June, once in July, once in August, October, September, November, December, etc. He's planning on doing that, and then I guess in his 7th pro fight, in his 7th pro fight, in his comeback, he's planning on getting in there with Anthony Joshua. So he's planning on being very busy, as he quotes as Joe Louis was. Joe Louis used to defend his belts. A lot of fighters back in the 1940s, 1930s, they used to fight. They used to defend their belts and fight like, once every 2 weeks. Why do you think guys like, Sugar Ray Robinson had like 100 pro fights? These guys, if you notice, a lot of the fighters from the past, from like the 1940s, 1930s, a lot of those dudes have like hundreds of fights in their resumes. They got like 80 pro fights. It's because they were fighting every 2 weeks. They were constantly fighting. Obviously, these days, these fighters, they fight every like 4 to 6 months. Some of them fight once a year. So Tyson Fury is saying he wants to be active, to get himself, I guess, ready for Anthony Joshua. And I think that's a good thing. I think that's a good thing because, first of all, we haven't seen Tyson Fury in so long, so we don't know where he's at in terms of his reflexes. And that would be good just to have Tyson Fury out there, imagine if he just fought, let's say he fights, I don't know, Kevin Ping, King Ping Johnson, and let's say he beats him, but then let's say he doesn't fight for like 8 months. He's going to go from a lot of people talking about his comeback to becoming irrelevant again. And he doesn't want to be irrelevant again. So I think that's a good thing that he'll keep himself busy because he'll keep himself in shape. If you're fighting once every month, you're going to be in the gym. You're going to be in shape. But let's say you fight once every 8 months. In those 8 months, you could gain like a lot of weight, especially if you're a guy that eats a lot. I mean, look at Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury gained weight really fast. I mean, he ballooned in weight really fast. Look at Ricky Hatton. Ricky Hatton used to balloon up in weight. He used to go from like 140 to like 180 in like a span of 4 months because during those 4 months he would just be eating and eating and eating and he'll just gain all this weight. So that's why I think it's a good thing that Tyson Fury is trying to fight once every month because it will keep him disciplined, right? It will keep him in shape, because he can't be like, he knows, okay, I got to stay in fight shape. So I got to, because I'm going to fight next month, so he'll be in shape. The only problem with that is it will probably be difficult for him to get, good opposition because if you're fighting once every month, it's going to be risky for you as a fighter to be getting a guy who, no, first of all, who's going to be fighting once, who's going to be able to get, who's a good, high level heavyweight if they say, well, we're going to fight you next month. Like I said, unless there's a guy who was already in training camp, but to be honest, like I said, I don't really care if Tyson Fury fights bums in his first couple of fights just because he hasn't fought in a while. But I think personally it's good for him because it's going to keep him disciplined. And, hopefully this does happen. Hopefully, because, when it comes to Frank Warren, this dude be, making fights and then canceling cards every other week. How many times have you seen Frank Warren, make a fight and say this fight's going to happen and then 2 weeks before the fight happens, he cancels it, and the fight, he has to reschedule the fight. He has to refund all the people that bought tickets for that fight their money back. He does this a lot. He has a history of doing this a lot. So, I wouldn't be surprised if, they got Tyson Fury fighting July against some other guy, but then they pull him out. But then Frank Warren cancels the card. So maybe some shit like that might happen, but hopefully not. And hopefully Tyson Fury is a man of his word, and he does fights once every month because, like I said, it'll keep the public talking about him. It'll keep, right now he's very irrelevant because he's been very inactive. The only thing that's been keeping him relevant has been his mouth because Tyson Fury talks a lot of shit. A lot of people make videos about him and the media talks about him, but let's say he was a humble guy and he was just inactive. Nobody will be talking about him, right? It's because it's his mouth that's keeping him relevant. But like I said, in boxing, running your mouth, talking all this shit really doesn't mean shit. It's about you fighting the guy and beating the guy, or at least getting in the ring with the guy and fighting him, right? So that's why I would rather him, stick to that, what he's saying, and fight once every month, because at least he'll be in the ring. And people will be talking about him, not because of something he said outside the ring, like on Twitter or on social media, right? No, they're talking about him because he just finished beating this guy, or maybe even losing to a guy that he fought this month or that month. So yeah, let's see what happens. That's all I have to say. That's what Tyson Fury has said recently. And yeah, guys, subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe for daily boxing videos. And I'm out. Thanks for watching.